What's up, everyone? I want to give a quick healer overview of the setup that I use. Not perfect by any means. I have a lot to actually fix with my UI yet and to tweak as we get further and further into content. I'm sure that I'll want to tweak things a little bit more and add some items. But I want to just go over the basics real quick and, of course, just mention again that there's so much that is customizable. Right off the bat, we have Voodoo. These bars here, the RAID frames I use, are actually part of Voodoo. And Voodoo is just kind of, I don't really know how to describe it best. I mean, it's an application, or an add-on rather, that helps set up your RAID frames and shows overheal, well, not overheal, but incoming heals. It color codes the RAID frames too if there are buffs missing. So if I take Divine Spirit off, I have it color coded to show purple. And so both Zeb and I need Spirit. So if I give us both Spirit, we go back to our class colors because we have all the buffs that we need. If I take Fort off for myself, I have that marked as red to indicate that someone in the raid needs Fort, and I can buff myself with Fort and make that go away. I won't go into too many details about how all of this is set up in Voodoo. There are some tutorials online that show that, but needless to say, under the buffs in the Voodoo panel, you can set some of that up. And then there are other options throughout here. You can actually set up HOTS and how they show up. You can set up, the different raid panels. Actually, one of the things I want to fix is it gets a little confusing to me who's in what group. This all says group 1, but when you have 40 people, these are, they kind of stack on top of each other, and I just need to do a better job of indicating who's in what group. But as far as the raid goes too, if I set, let's say, Zeb as our main tank, I actually have a set of panels just for tanks. And so that triggers over here. So I have a focus area of all of our tanks that helps me keep track of everything. The other thing about Voodoo is it interfaces with Click. So Click is another add-on. And I think Voodoo actually has this natively even, but Click is an add-on that allows you to do mass over macros. And so instead of having to, click my character or, Zeb here and then push a button to give him a power word shield, I can just hover over and hit my button for power word shield. In my case, it's number 4. So that gives a full rank power word shield. Click is what I use to set all of that up to do mass over macros. It's just Click. You can use mass over macros. I did for quite a while, but Click just helps you do it really, really quickly. And which is nice, and it interfaces straight with Voodoo, or Voodoo has like kind of a tie-in with it that it allows for it. And that's another thing. So for priests specifically, I actually use a couple of different ranks of everything. Actually, let me just hold open Click so you can see. So my number 1 is my flash heal, and so that's, oh crap, something's going down, I need to quickly heal, and it's full rank. And you can see, I mean, that takes quite a bit of mana, right? So flash heal rank 7, full rank. I'm in Click, so I can't see how much it costs, but that's 380 mana. So it's expensive, but in an emergency, or if there's just a lot of damage going around the raid, I'm quick to use that. It might not always be the best, so you have to be situational about it, but if I need that, then I can throw it around. Rank 4 is my down rank for flash heal. So if I need a quick heal, but it doesn't have to be as heavy as my full rank, I can just hold down shift and then hit 1 and I get a quick heal. So you can see the difference here, 768 versus full rank is 1230. So a bit of a cost saving too, because rank 4 is 215 mana versus 380. So you want to down rank. That's actually called down ranking. You want to down rank when you can. The other thing to know is that there's a coefficient. So depending on the cast time of your heal, you have more of your plus healing, your total healing. So like what you can see here, these pants, natively without the enchant, they give just plus 22. So that can go towards your total plus healing score, and Renew actually takes all of that into consideration. Every bit of your plus healing goes towards every bit of your Renew, because it's a heal over time that extends beyond 3.5 seconds, I think the cutoff is. I'll find a post that someone made to all of that and share it. But Renew is technically your most efficient spell, in terms of that. But the catch with Renew is that it's really great situationally. But for us priests and also druids, you can't have more than one Renew or one hot of any kind on a person. So if I have the most plus healing in the raid, and I often do in our raids, I'm going to win the Renew game. If I put a Renew on someone, no one else can. And so you can see mine tick for 381, 382. And again, Renew gets all of your plus healing. Not every spell does. The quicker a spell is in terms of cast time, the less it gains from your plus healing. So actually, I just got this trinket here, and I don't normally like activatable trinkets, but I just got this, and it's really handy because check this out. If I click it, and noticing what it does reduces the cast time of Greater Heal by 40%, and also the mana cost, which is huge. But if I click that, it turns my Greater Heal into effectively a flash heal. But notice this is my Greater Heal, heals for 1720, that's the first rank. Flash Heal heals for 1238, and that's the biggest rank. So Flash Heal full rank versus Greater Heal, now that the cast time is longer, but the trinket wore off, but 1600-ish. So Greater Heal is 314 mana, Flash Heal is 380, so this is less mana, same cast time with that trinket activated, and it heals for 500 to 600 more. So that's huge and a really nice benefit to using something like this. So anyway, Greater Heal just benefits more from the plus healing is kind of the take-home message. But you want to be careful when you use that. Greater Heal can be expensive. My bread and butter, what I use most of the time, is a downranked Flash Heal, just for kind of spot raid buff or raid healing. Rank 4 Flash Heal. Rank 1 Flash Heal, when there's just a ton of damage going all over the place. When I do that, I know that I'm going to have to pot pretty quickly, because it's just, I'm going to run out of mana. I also use Heal Rank 4. So Heal Rank 4 is the highest heal rank, and you can see it's a 2.5 second cast, so it is long, but it's 1500 healing, and it's only 259 mana. So Greater Heal, rank 1, is 314 mana, heals for a little bit more, but Heal Rank 4 is quite a bit less mana at 259 as opposed to 314, and it heals for almost as much. So that's what I actually use a lot if I have the time to just constantly heal. If I'm waiting for a if I'm waiting for a tank to take damage, I'll sit there and just kind of hover with this and then cancel. And canceling healing is really important. I can't stress that enough, because notice too in Voodoo, it shows, okay, I'm about to have 136% heal going out. If I just let that go, it's a wasted heal. It's just using my mana. It's not benefiting anything. It's just complete overheal. The only acceptable overheal in my mind, other than fights like maybe Patchwork, where we just will have to spam heal from everything I've read and seen. I've never healed that fight. But the only acceptable overheal in my mind is obviously just the little bits that you're going to have. If I've taken some damage and want to top myself up, then I'm going to have a little bit, because I'm just not going to fish through my spell book or have a million buttons to find the exact right heal. But beyond that, Renew will sometimes be cast, or Hots I use sometimes to anticipate damage. And so when that happens, I expect that to overheal. I don't know if it actually does in the log. I need to check that, but I believe it does. So Renew to me is acceptable, and then a little bit, because I'm just not going to choose the best possible rank every single time. I don't know how a person would do that, or if it would be worth the mental energy to do that. So that's kind of where I land on it. And my overheal typically is acceptable to me if it's around 25%. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, I have a down rank for Renew as well. This is Renew rank 6. So you can see that it will tick for 239 as opposed to the 300 number. 381. I have the downranked Flash Heal. I have a downrank Greater Heal. So this is Greater Heal rank 1 that we've already seen. And then I have a downranked bigger Greater Heal. I don't use this one very often, but that is my second biggest heal that I have right at my fingertips. So that crit. Let me get a right number here. So that's 20. That's my biggest heal, 2980, 2680. So what one is that? That is Shift 3, which is rank 4. And then my biggest is rank 5. Honestly, this probably could just go away, but I do have it there. And then of course I bind Dispel Magic to a key, V for my case, and C is Abolish Disease. So those are nice. You can also color code Voodoo to show when you have either a magic debuff or a poison debuff. I think you can color code it to be specific on which one it is. But the other thing too, and you can't see this, I could use a Demonic Rune to nuke my health a little bit, but I don't want to do that. But if there are other incoming heals with Voodoo, it will actually show, like, you can't see it here, but let's say that Zeb was, at 60% health, so the line would be like here. This would all be empty. When you start to cast, when anyone starts to cast a spell towards Zeb for healing, it will fill that in, anticipating the exact amount that he's going to be healed. So the handy thing with that is I'll know, let's say that, we've got 40 raid frames going right here. I'll know that, hey, he's about to get a heal. I can then focus on, say, Iron Age maybe. Iron, needs a heal, or perp here. And so then I can give a heal, and it's just far more efficient, and it helps us communicate with each other. And that's the big thing. It doesn't really matter if you use Voodoo or not, but having some kind of heal, incoming heal add-on is really, really important, because then we're communicating without having to say anything. Although sometimes you'll hear me say, oh, big heal coming to so-and-so, but that's not so necessary if we all have an add-on like this. But other than that, consumables are another really important topic. So you see I have just an absolute massive amount of major manas. These are about $1 each, and to me that's a really cheap wipe prevention consumable. I mean, literally for us, pots save wipes. So major manas aren't that expensive in my opinion. Buy them off the auction house. Far cheaper that way than making them, because to craft them is just stupid expensive. I actually have Ox, which tells me the cost. So if this is correct, 3 agents here would cost 5 gold to make a single potion, but you can see the value here is only 1 gold. So, and you can see, like, these are all the consumables I use. I have Mage Blood potions here, Fire Protection Pots for Rag, of course, Sagefish Delight. I actually still have a lot of these from Oct, so thank you, Oct. The boons, and Nightfin soups. So, and then these are actually really nice too. The Blessed Sunfruit Juice. If you get Revered with AD, you can get these. It's just a really quick 10 spirit for priest. This is amazing. Highly recommend it. Another thing is enchants too. So we can get a plus 30 healing to our gloves. Obviously we can get our class specific ZG enchant for our pants and helm. I would only recommend putting this on pants you're going to keep for a long time, or a helm. Until then it doesn't really matter, but once you get your T2 helm, your T2 pants, even T1, I mean, you can see I have this on my T1. I've had them for a while. Minor speed increase I think is better than stam for boots, or spirit. I think you can get spirit too, but minor speed increase is really nice. There's just plenty of times where I just really need to get in range of a tank, and it's just really helpful to have that extra movement speed. Ford Ring Seal, if you're new in pre-raid BIS, this is so good. I honestly wouldn't change this unless I got like a cauterizing band, or there's just not a lot of good healing rings, but that's a really good one. I'll probably have this until Nax, if I'm honest. Band of Piety, this comes from Argent Dawn. You can turn in some, turn in a bowls. I don't forget, Seal of the Crusader. And anyway, you turn in some stuff, you get this. I think you have to also be revered, so do some Skolos. Doing AD runs, you can get Dark Runes, which are really helpful. They take your life in exchange for mana, giving you mana, so it's kind of like a life tap. They're very expensive right now. I think that they are, how much are they? 20 gold per. That's just crazy. But you can farm some AD rep, Argent Dawn rep, and get Dark Runes by doing Scholomance. So that's nice. And this Band of Piety, again, I'll probably have this for a while. For priests, the Royal Seal of Eldrith the Lost is really good. I would recommend every priest get this. You just have to buy the book off the auction house. It's like Holy Baloney or something like that. And this is like a mini Rejuve gem with fire resist. So really, really nice. This wand comes out of AQ 20, but there's another one that you can get from the BRD coffer that's just a little bit worse. It gives 6 int, 9 healing, and 2 MP5, if I'm not mistaken. But its damage is a lot less, so I like this one for more damage. Obviously, Benediction, you can get plus 55 healing on whatever your weapon is. For now, I just have Spirit on the bracers, but eventually I'll trade that out for, I think you can get 24 healing enchant. You can get plus 4 stats to chest. That's actually better than mana, but I won't keep this set of robes for forever, so it's just a temporary thing. And I'm only using Prophecy right now for the set bonuses. I have a new AQ 20 cloak coming at some point once I get the rep, so I am a little bit through Honored, so I need quite a bit more. But anyway, when I get that, I'll have a better cloak. I'm just kind of holding out. This is just for DPS, but it serves a purpose. And then this necklace too is actually really good out of AQ 20. So you get the Head of Assyrian and you can get this necklace. As far as shoulder enchants too, you can get a plus 33 healing. I actually have it. I need to put it on. I was actually waiting to see if the Boots of Prophecy would drop so I could switch these out. That would then give me 5-piece Prophecy with that slot, and then I could actually use the Zandalar for this slot, which would give me just more healing. It's just a better pair of shoulders, but I could put 33 on that. So I was just kind of being cheap and waiting. And then the helm enchant too. Enchants are really important, is the drive home message with that. And you know, it's just, some of this is simple stuff. Others, you do have to get the idol out of ZG for the pant and helm enchant, so that there's some competition for that. But if you have a good helm, you know, going in, it doesn't hurt to just mention, hey, I've got my tier 2 helm, it's ready, I just need the idol. Other people might, you know, not SR it for you. I think that's all I have. But yeah, the key take-home messages are downrank your spells, know what the cost coefficient is in doing that so that you make the right decision when you're downranking. But really, even I say all of that, but it doesn't matter too much, because if you need a flash heal, there's so much raid damage that's going out, you can't keep up, you're going to have to do flash heal. Doesn't matter how expensive it is. It doesn't really matter if you run if people die, then you know, we haven't done our job as healers, right? So it is important to try and do what you can to, you know, do everything right in terms of managing your mana and also keeping people alive. But I err on the side of, I'd rather keep people alive than save my mana 9 times out of 10. And if that means I'm then okay, I'm in a pot, I'm going to use Inner Focus. Try to use that, you know, early if I remember to, so that you know, it comes back up on cooldown sooner. But you know, there's always Innervate and Dark Rune, and on it goes. So I think that's everything I wanted to cover in terms of consumables and my setup and whatnot. But again, the key take-home messages are downranking, reducing overhealing, and getting an app that shows you other incoming heals. That's really, really huge. Or an add-on, rather, not an app. And all the bonuses that Voodoo gives you are just nice. So in terms of, you know, purple for... in my case, I have the set to purple for missing Divine Spirit, so I can at a glance just know what someone needs. But I hope this was helpful, and hopefully it improves all of our healing and we all work together better. All right, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.